First of all, I have to say that everybody is very disappointed. We went to Afcon with another goal. We wanted to do as good as the last Afcon, and maybe better. That was our ambitions. But okay, it didn't work. We are already home now, and it is a big disappointment. At the other side, I always said before Afcon that this would be a more difficult Afcon than the one before. We were bronze medal. You know, the mindset of the opponents are totally different than 2 years ago. We were South Africa. Now we were the bronze medal winner, and this is a difference. So that means that it was tougher for us to play the games, and also the fact that in the previous Afcon, after the first round, teams like Egypt, Cameroon, Senegal, Morocco, Ghana, all those big countries were out. Now all those big countries are in the quarterfinal, so that shows again how difficult this Afcon was. I spoke already with them, so I don't want to repeat that here in front of those cameras. That is something between me and the players. So, but my duty, my job is now to analyze what happened and what was wrong and what was good, and trying to correct the wrong things and being stronger again for the World Cup in 6 months. We say that sorry for the disappointment and also on our side. Don't think that we are happy now. So everybody is disappointed, and we are 2 days after the last game, and still the disappointment is there. And that was because the ambition of the team, of every one of us, was much bigger than what we performed. So we wanted to go again till the semi-finals. We wanted to beat again Morocco because this was also our next opponent after Cameroon. So the ambition was there, but you know, sometimes you succeed and sometimes you don't succeed, and sometimes it's also details who make that. And this is something what you have to analyze now and see what we will do for the future.
Well, we are all gutted. It's true what you're saying, but I must tell you that Cameroon didn't beat us. We beat ourselves. We should have wrapped that game up in 15 minutes. I mean, the first 15 minutes we should have just said, guys, bye-bye, we're going to the next round. But you know, this is sport. These things happen. And I'm actually low-key happy that the players are gutted, because this shows that they will never make this mistake again. Because they absolutely got it, I can tell you. And Morocco for me was just the best. I think the Moroccans, I take my hat off to them. This was the best African Cup of Nations ever. I can promise you that. You know, the stadiums, everything was brilliant. Everything was arranged accordingly. The Moroccans did a sterling job, and I'm extremely proud of Morocco. And they proved to the world that Africa is ready to host global events again.
So you're stating that there was a vibe?
Yeah, there was a vibe. I was very annoyed with the coach of Bafana Bafana, and I'm going to be straight with you. I was highly annoyed. You don't do that. You don't go into a person's country and insult them in their own country. Nobody should do that. It is not collegial. It is wrong. He's in the hotel. How does he see vibes outside? We were on the streets. We saw the vibes. So it was very wrong, and I want to apologize to the Moroccans on behalf of his utterances. You don't do that. You don't insult people in front of the whole world that has welcomed us with such open arms. The Moroccans has done a sterling job, and it is the best African Cup of Nations I have ever seen. This team is a national team. It's a team that has done very well for us. You know, we mustn't stand here and act like Bafana Bafana was knocked out in the first round. No. There are teams, that can complain. We did great, but we didn't do our best. But you must understand, go back a few years, this Bafana Bafana, Hugo Broos has truly woken up Bafana Bafana. And I hear people are saying, now it's time for Hugo Broos to go. To go where? Hugo Broos is going nowhere. And I want to make that clear. Hugo Broos is going absolutely nowhere. Hugo Broos is going to Mexico. That's where Hugo Broos is going. We can't have this mentality where people must just be going. We must go through coaches like the national team. It's a play thing. No. You know, he has put the structure. How do you blame Hugo Broos if players don't score? How do you blame the coach? We all watched the game. So I want to make also that very clear. I hear voices saying, no, Hugo Broos must be fired. Fired for who and for what? We are going to the World Cup. He's been doing very, very well. It seems we got short memories. Did we forget this Bafana Bafana? No, Hugo Broos must truly take us to the World Cup so that he can retire. Then, after the World Cup, we can then bring in a new coach.